Today we're going to take you through some really fun, surprising facts about chickens. Welcome to English Country Life. My name's Fiona, and together with my lovely husband Hugh, we run a small holding homestead here in Lincolnshire in the UK. And I now have a supportive boot on my leg, so thank you to everyone for the kind wishes for the recovery of my broken leg. But today we're going to talk about these little monsters behind me, our wonderful Buff Orpington chickens, and we've got a few other breeds dotted in there too. But they are weird and wonderful little aliens. So let's take you through some surprising facts that you may not know. When you get to autumn each year, you might notice that your chickens start to drop a lot of feathers, if not all of them, and they look very, very ragged. And they'll then start to look like pincushions. And this can be a bit scary for a brand new chicken keeper, but it's a perfectly normal process. If you think about it, what they're doing is they're growing a brand new duvet to keep themselves warm in winter. And the whole process is called molting. One of the most surprising things for a lot of chicken keepers is to find out that their lovely little darlings are Velociraptors, and Orkney's agreeing with me. And what do I mean? That's that they go and catch things and eat them. They're omnivores. It's not just that they graze on grass and eat their wonderful vegetarian pellets. They will scratch in the ground for worms and eat those, but they will go bigger. We've had our chickens catch frogs over time, and I've had to chase a few of them with mice in their mouths. So they are Velociraptors. Just bear that in mind. They are cute and cuddly and we love them to bits, but they're omnivores. If you've got an adult laying hen, you'll notice that their combs and wattles are bright red, and that's a sign that they're ready to mate and they're actually generating eggs. And if they're not generating eggs, if they go off lay for any reason at all, that could be brooding, as you can see with one of our broody hens, or it could be molting, as we talked about earlier. Both those combs and their wattles will shrink and go pale pink. And if you do see this and there's no obvious explanation, it is worth doing a health check, because it can indicate illness too. But it certainly indicates that your chicken is going off lay. One of the most surprising things to learn may be that the eggs and poop from a chicken actually emerge from exactly the same hole. Now we call it the all-purpose orifice, but it's actually more commonly called the vent. Inside the chicken, the egg and the poop are generated through completely different channels, and when an egg emerges, the intestinal tract where the poop is closed off, so don't worry, the two absolutely should not mix. But they emerge into sunlight, into daylight, through one hole, the vent. Now you know about the all-purpose orifice, you might have noticed that there's no separate wee. Now that's because if there is extra moisture that the chicken needs to expel, it comes out with the poop, so you can get watery poop. But what's more commonly the case is that you'll see a white coating on the poo, and that's them actually expelling the uric acid. If you've got heavy breeds of chicken, the most common misconception that most people have is that all chickens perch. And I can say from experience that our heavy breeds, Buff Orpingtons, and we know friends who've got other heavy breeds like Brahmas, they don't like to perch. Now when they're young, they do. They'll climb over all sorts and get up very high. But when they become adult, they actually like to sleep on the floor. They will avoid perching if they possibly can. And that's normal, so don't worry about it. You can teach them to perch, but we just let our Orpingtons actually sleep on the bedding. The only thing to bear in mind is that that bedding needs to be poo-picked every single day to ensure that your chickens are kept in tip-top condition. When we first got laying hens, like everybody else, we saw our hens in the nest box laying down, and we thought that was the act of laying the eggs. But actually all they're doing at that point is turning the egg around so it's in the right direction to come out of the vent. How they actually lay the egg is they stand up and gravity helps them, and the egg comes out that way. And it's all part of the same process, and that did surprise us, and no doubt it's going to shock a lot of other people. If you're a brand new chicken keeper, you might have found a little lump at the base of your chicken's tail. Don't panic. Lots of new chicken keepers think this is a growth, or even in some cases that it's cancer, but I can promise you it's not. It's perfectly natural. It's called a Urethra Gland, and it's crucial to keeping your chickens healthy. It excretes a small amount of oil, and they use this to preen their feathers and even add a small amount of waterproofing. So it is perfectly normal. If you're hatching chickens for the very first time, the most shocking thing can be to find out that your chick's eye colour changes over time. Now, we didn't find this in any books anywhere, and we breed Buff Orpingtons. And can you imagine the shock from the very first time that we hatched our very first eggs? We thought we'd been sold duds because we bought fertilised eggs of pure breed Buff Orpingtons. So we were expecting orange eyes because that's the standard colour for a pure breed. But they hatch with green eyes. Now, it actually shouldn't have been quite shocking because human babies change eye colour too. The most common colour to be born with is blue, and they change over time to other colours. But there are other colours. And the same is true of chicken chicks. They can be born with green, they can be born with orange, they can be born with brown. But those eye colours will change until they get to their adult pure breed form. If you've got a cockerel that's a rooster in your flock and you're trying to produce fertilised eggs, one of the most surprising facts for a chicken keeper to learn is that the hens retain sperm from those cockerels in their bodies for up to 3 weeks. Now, they will produce good fertilised eggs for the first 2 weeks, and then the fertility starts to drop off. But even if you remove that rooster and cockerel, they are going to produce fertilised eggs for quite a long period. And if you do have a rooster and cockerel in your flock, you might be surprised to actually learn just how vigorous they can be with their mating. And that can result in something called feather wear, and this shocks a lot of people with their first breeding flock. Now, it's easy to sort out because you can fit a saddle to the hens which provides a protective pad, and that stops the feathers from being worn away on the chickens' backs. You really don't want a bald patch on the back of a hen because, trust me, in the warmer summer months that can result in a sunburnt hen, and that's no fun. There's lots of surprising facts about our chickens, and I'm completely obsessed, and I learn something new every single day about our little dinosaurs running around our orchard. But if you've got questions that haven't been answered in this video, pop them in the comments section and we'll do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. Now, if you do want to know about chickens or chicken keeping or anything about our smallholder life, hit subscribe and the bell icon. It's a completely free service and you'll get to know every single time a brand new video is launched. And don't forget, we now have a UK online poultry equipment store. It's englishcountrylife.com. A link to it is in the description down below, along with a load of subscriber offers. So have a look and see if you can grab yourself a bargain. But for now, thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.